What's up, guys? It's time for the draft analysis. So, we have three different rankings this year. One's by Yahoo, one's by Donnie, one's by your commissioner. And of course, they're just our thoughts based on the draft, so take them with a grain of salt. However, know this. Past 2 seasons, Donnie has failed to win the championship, and he's never won the regular season or even his own division. On the other hand, I've won the regular season or my division both years. So, just something to think about. No big deal. So let's talk about the rankings here. We'll start off with Yahoo rankings. It's going to be ordered first to worst. Somehow, I don't know how this happened, GOAT came out number 1. It's going to be followed by DJ at 2, Orange Crush at 3, and Blumpkin at 4. So those are your top 4 according to Yahoo. Then it's followed by Lounging Snakes, Fred, Michael, and the Illegal Mexican. And then somehow I'm in the bottom 4 at 9th, the Goat Killer. Then you got Young Money, Cash Money, Hang My Pants, and Kevin. So those are pretty skewed rankings. I don't agree with them at all. Donnie's rankings, here we go. Of course, he's going to be egotistical and put himself number 1. Bunch of BS, I think. So he has himself at 1, Kevin at 2, DJ at 3, and Goat Killer at 4, obviously. So top 4 there for Donnie would be Goat, Kevin, DJ, and the Goat Killer. The next group is going to be Blumpkin, Michael, Illegal Mexican, and Orange Crush. And then the worst 4, according to Donnie, would be Fred, Lounging Snakes, Hang My Pants, and Young Money, Cash Money. The most important rankings, by far, would be my rankings. My top 4 is going to be Blumpkin, Goat, Orange Crush, and Goat Killer, in that order. The next 4 would be Fred, Lounging Snakes, Illegal Mexican, and Kevin. Although I do think Kevin's team has a lot of potential. And then I'm going to have to go with the seller teams here. DJ, Hang My Pants, Young Money, Cash Money, and Michael. Now we'll go over a little team-by-team analysis here. And we're going to order these by their draft order. So the first draft spot was GOAT. So Donnie picked McCoy, of course. He said he was going to pick Forte, but everyone knew this kid is lying. You fooled nobody, dude. Everybody knew you were going with McCoy. He's got some nice receivers and a nice tight end. He'll probably take that another way. That's not what I meant. So, he's got Jordan Cameron on the Browns. Currently the Browns' number 1 option. So it's a pretty good tight end. He's got Stafford, who's a gunslinger. So, watch for him to amass a crazy amount of yards. However, he did draft 2 kickers. What the hell? And his backup QB is Joe Flacco? I've heard of this guy. I haven't heard of him to be relevant in fantasy, though, so good luck with that. Orange Crush, stud QB. No backup, though. So, does he have some inside information about Aaron Rodgers? Is Aaron Rodgers going to get traded in the middle of the year and we won't have a bye week? If that happens, dude, nicely done. He's got Adrian Peterson, beast. But can he stay healthy? I don't know. He won't do you any good if he dominates the first 13 weeks, but he's injured for the playoffs. Solid core receivers there. And he's got Gronk. So Gronk could be great if Gronk is healthy. Patriots didn't bring in another tight end, though. So, something could be going on in New England. Fred's team. He decided to wait on a quarterback, and he got Romo and Kaepernick. That's not bad. These guys could do some damage. He's got a solid running back starters for Fred, headlined by Jamal Charles. And he's also got Le'Veon Bell, who could do pretty well, but it's not a for sure deal. His bench, though, running back bench, not the best. He's got the old man backup running back, Fred Jackson. And he's got a running back by committee kind of guy in Stephen Ridley. I do like his receivers. He's got Antonio Brown and he's got Larry Fitzgerald. And he's got a nice tight end in Vernon Davis. So I also like his Chiefs defense. So not bad. It's all right. DJ's team. DJ waited until the 5th round for a quarterback, and he got Andrew Luck. It's not bad. Tannehill isn't a bad backup either. He's got Matt Forte, who's got a lot of potential, and he did great last year. But he has had injuries in the past. If he stays healthy, though, he will do pretty well, I bet. He's also got Zach Stacy, yet another nice running back on the team. He's only got 1 running back on the bench, though, and that's filled by a backup running back in Hill. So Hill is going to be Giovanni Bernard's backup this year, but he should be seeing some of the field each game. But just like last year, DJ took Bernard's tag team partner. Last year it was BenJarvus Green Ellis. This year he's taking Hill. Also, DJ drafted a nice receiving core. He's got Jordy Nelson and Andre Johnson. Hopefully Ryan Fitzpatrick will do well enough to get Johnson the ball, though. And he's also got Terrence Williams, who's going to be a nice wide receiver on the bench. Now, DJ did auto-draft, so I will forgive him, but he's got 2 kickers and 2 defenses. And he drafted 2 of those in the 7th and 8th round. That's going to be a theme here. A lot of people have 2 kickers or 2 defenses, and they drafted them pretty early. Another auto-draft for Michael. He drafted a quarterback not until the 5th round this year. 2 years ago, he drafted Eli Manning number 1. This year, he didn't draft a QB until the 5th round because he was on auto-draft. But his QB's Tom Brady, and auto-draft killed you on that one, man. So your 2 quarterbacks are Brady and Roethlisberger. Nothing really to be happy about there. Running backs, however, you got some pretty high ceilings. You drafted a running back to open the draft, and you got Lacey and Ellington. And you also got Terrence West as a backup. So if Eli Manning can figure it out this year, you're going to have some nice receivers as well. You got Randall Cobb from Green Bay, but you're going to have Victor Cruz, who's the number 1 guy for Eli Manning, if Eli can figure it out. Auto draft may have hurt you again with Wes Welker, but it was in the 9th round, so it's not too bad. He may, Wes Welker may still play. Donnie says he's never going to play, but that's Donnie. Unfortunately, though, you do have 2 defenses and 2 kickers. I hang my pants when I poo. Some would say Foles is an overrated quarterback, but I think he could do well this year. You do have a nice backup QB, but too bad this isn't a dynasty league. You have Blake Bortles. He may not even see the field this year. The running backs. These guys could explode this year, or they could implode. Let's see, they've been studs before, but they could be bust this year. And the bench running backs are either backups or part of a running back by committee. So you got some nice receivers, but perhaps you may have reached just a bit early for Michael Floyd, drafting him in the 4th round. 4th round for Michael Floyd. Larry Fitzgerald went later than that. Having said that, though, Bortles and Carlos Hyde, if they do well, could have gotten some great value out of the 14th and 9th round selections, respectively. Young money, cash money. Drafting Russell Wilson. You're from Seattle. Homer move? Yeah, I think so. Probably. He could do well, though. The running backs, you got Giovanni Bernard and Ryan Matthews. You drafted them in the 2nd and 3rd round. Bernard's great, but he gets his red zone carries taken away. Matthews, a lot of potential, but can he stay injury-free again this year? I don't know. The rest of the running backs are old and banged up, or they're part of another running back by committee. You got decent receivers, though, in Harvin, Hilton, and Decker. They could all do well, and Justin Hunter as your sleeper, it's pretty good. Tight end, absolute stud, Jimmy Graham. Don't let Donnie try to trade you, though, for him. So you drafted live this year, yet you still took 2 defenses? Shame on you. Blumpkin Bandits, stud QB in Manning. Of course, I'm talking about Peyton Manning. However, no backup quarterback. Just so you know, Johnny Football is waiting out there still. Also, if your running backs stay healthy, dude, wow, insane. DeMarco Murray and Frank Gore. Rice and Williams are nice additions as well on your bench. And receivers, a lot of potential there. You got tight end also, stud Julius Thomas. The GOAT killer. So I decided to stay away from running backs since I had the 9th pick, and I do value healthy players. So I got great receivers in Demaryius Thomas and Vincent Jackson, with nice additions of Jeremy Maclin and Reggie Wayne. However, since I waited for running backs, the quality's definitely not there. I got Ben Tate in the 3rd round and Joique Bell in the 6th, followed by MJD in the 7th and Moreno in the 10th. I think I got a lot of value out of those spots, but if they don't produce, it means nothing. Running backs may seem bad now, but they have serious potential. Rumors are, though, that Knowshon Moreno will replace Miller as the number 1 running back in Miami. I also managed to get Drew Brees in the 2nd round, who's a top 3 QB. And then, I wasn't really filling the board at the time, so I went ahead and drafted Cam Newton in the 5th. 2 stud quarterbacks. Might have to make it a 2 QB league now instead. Hopefully, though, I can trade for one of them to bolster my team up. Tight end, little weak with Bennett and Kelsey, but they do have nice potential. Illegal Mexican. So, dude, you were told multiple times that the draft was at 11 o'clock today. Yet you still forgot working out at the gym instead. So I do commend you for that, because you clearly need to hit the gym. Maybe lay off the Sonoran dogs from now on. I don't know. So you got Jake Cutler as your quarterback. He's got a lot of potential. So does RG3. Personally, I think RG3 is a bust. But for the 9th round, that's a good pickup. Running backs, you got some high ceilings with them, but they're injury prone, I'd say, or they're backups. So and I'm not really sold on Toby Gerhart yet. Receivers, studs, man. Dez Bryant, Brandon Marshall. Nice backup wide receiver in Cooks as well. But you only got 3 receivers on the team. As long as the team beasts stay healthy, you'll be okay. However, mediocre tight ends, 2 kickers, 2 defenses. Shame, shame, shame. You know what? Stay in the gym. Don't show your face around base, alright? Kevin's team. Dude, no excuses for you at all. You were told the draft time, yet you still show up late? Auto draft helped you out a little bit in the beginning, though. You didn't get a quarterback until the 7th round, but were rewarded with Andy Dalton. Underrated fantasy quarterback. Alex Smith as a backup? I don't know about that. You also got Monte Ball and Bush as your 2 top backs. Okay, I can see it. You know, Ball's hoping to take over Moreno where Moreno left off, and Jennings could do well. Bush has playmaking ability, but he may split time with Bell. AJ Green and Roddy White for receivers, nice. Eifert and Gresham as your tight ends. Couldn't decide which one you wanted or what? I don't know. Overall, really like the potential you have. I have you as my dark horse this year, but you don't win with potential. You know, you win with the talent that you have now. But if they start clicking, it could be lights out for the rest of us. Lounging Snakes. Only 2 Falcons on your team this year. Kind of shocked. But you took good ones in Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. If the 2 of them do well this year, it could be devastating for your opponents. Carson Palmer's your backup. That's what I would want for a backup quarterback. Consistency. Running backs have a lot of potential. You got Lynch, Sankey, and Richardson. But will they come through? I don't know. Receivers have high ceilings in Jones, Garcon, and Kendall Wright. And your tight end, Jason Witten, is very consistent. You also got Ladarius Green, who could take over for tight end in San Diego. And so that was a pretty nice value pickup for you. But what happened to you? You were live, yet you still ended up with 2 kickers and 2 defenses. Sure, you got the Seahawks, but you reached so far for them, dude. You got them in the 4th round. Breaking my balls, man. Breaking my balls. I would like to applaud everyone for not drafting Josh Gordon. I was fully expecting it to happen, but I noticed Yahoo changed his ranking, so don't be too proud of yourself. Once again, my top 4 teams based on the draft are Blumpkin Bandits, Goat, Orange Crush, and Goat Killer. Donnie's top 4 teams are himself, talk about ego, as well as Kevin, DJ, and the Goat Killer, myself. So my dark horse prediction this year is going to be Kevin. I feel like he's got a lot of potential with that team. Donnie, who also likes to be called 2IC, couldn't really decide who his dark horses were, or his dark horse, so he came up with 2. He picked Kevin and Fred. Let's talk about the best picks of the draft. My call for best picks, I'd like to... Personally, I like my pick of Noshawn Moreno in the 10th round. And I also like Justin Hunter in the 12th round by Young Money, Cash Money. Donnie's best pick, no surprise there, picked me, taking Reggie Wayne in the 9th round. Let's talk about worst picks. This one hurts a little bit. My pick for worst pick, Lounging Snakes, drafting the Seahawks in the 4th round. That's just embarrassing. I don't care how good they are. 4th round for a defense. Yeah, we'll see if you make the playoffs this year. Donnie's pick for worst pick of the draft, he chose Michael for drafting Wes Welker. But that's, Donnie thinks Wes Welker's not going to play at all this year. He may not. But Wes Welker was picked late in the draft, so it's not a big deal to me. So just thanks for checking out this year's draft analysis. Just a reminder, we do have a weekly pick'em game within the Yahoo League. So you choose which fantasy teams will win each week. So like for instance, I'm going up against Hang My Pants this week. If you want to win, you'll pick me to beat him. We also have an Eliminator Challenge group. So you have to pick one NFL team that will win each week. So once you pick that team, they're no longer available to pick throughout the rest of the year. I also got to plug it one more time. There's an ESPN Keeper League that drafts tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The buy-in's $20, and you get to keep up to 8 players from your team at the end of the year, and they'll go ahead and stay on your team next year. So go ahead and post in the message board or email me if you have any interest in any of these things. Lastly, if you want to congratulate me at the end of the season for winning the championship, I'll be on base hanging with the elites in Commander's Circle. So thank you all for your time. See you in the season.